Okay, today we're going to look at naming hydrocarbons. Okay, so there's 3 rules that you need to follow. The first one is to number the longest carbon chain. You then need to identify any branches that are coming off the chain, and then you need to make sure that you include the number that the branch is coming off. Okay, so these are our 3 rules to remember. The other table or piece of information you need to know is this table here. Okay, so the number of carbons, okay, and this tells you what it's going to start with. Is it going to be meth, eth, prop, bute, pent, hex, hept, oct, and so on. Okay, so I've got 3 examples to show you today. So the first example here, we've got this molecule which looks like this. Okay, so we've got our 3 rules. So the first rule, okay, is to number the longest carbon chain. And we want to number it closest to the branch. So the branch is over here, and we want to number it closest to this. So we number it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our first rule. The second rule is to identify the branch. So this is the branch. Okay, if you think of this as the tree trunk, and then it's got branches coming off. Okay, so this here is the branch, and it is a methyl group. Okay, it's a methyl group because it only has 1 carbon. Okay, and 1 carbon means it starts with meth, so it's methyl. And then the last rule is to include the carbon the branch is connected to. Okay, and this is connected to branch number 2. Okay, so it's going to be 2-methyl. So we can put all those things together to name this molecule. Okay, so the longest carbon branch was 4. Okay, so 4 carbons is going to be bute, and they're all single bonds, so it's going to be butane. Okay, step 2 was to identify the branch, and step 3 is to include the carbon. Okay, and then we can just add our name from over here, so it's going to be 2-methyl butane. Okay, so that's the first example that you're going to do today. Our next example. Oh, my pens are rolling away. Our next example is we're going to look at this one. So this one here, okay, we're going to do the same steps. Okay, number the longest carbon chain, and you want it to be closest to a branch. Okay, number longest chain closest to the branch. So in this case, we could number it this way, 1, 2, 3 when we get to a branch, or we can number it from this side, 1, 2. So because this is the lowest number, and it's closest to the branch, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 means that it's going to be hexane. Okay, step number 2 is to identify the branches. So we've got 1 methyl group here and another methyl group there because it's only got 1 carbon. So these are methyl, and that's a methyl group. And then you need to identify the number or include the carbon that the branch is connected to. So this is going to be a 2-methyl, and this 1, 2, 3, 4 is a 4-methyl. So now we can put all these things together. Okay, so we always start with our basic carbon structure, which is hexane. And then we have 2 methyl groups. So then we can add methyl. Now, because we have 2 methyl groups, okay, so they're the same group, we put the word di in front. So this means that dimethyl just means 2 methyl groups. And then the last thing is to include the carbon. Okay, so this is going to be 2,4 dimethyl hexane. Okay, so that's for this one here. And then our last example here, we've got one more example. which is this one. Okay, so remember our rules. Number the longest carbon chain. So the longest carbon chain, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this direction. Now we could also go this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the longest carbon chain can either be across or can be like this way as well. So we're going to number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, which we said was pentane. Okay, so remember here. All right, 5 carbons means it starts with pent, so it's going to be pentane. Right, step number 2, identify the branch. So the branch, if this is our trunk, here is our branch here. Now, because this branch has got 2 carbons, okay, it's going to start with eth. So it's going to be an ethyl branch. Okay. And then the last step is to include the carbon that the branch is connected to. Okay, so this branch is connected to carbon number 3, so it's actually going to be 3-ethyl. So when we add all that together, okay, we start pentane, and then 3-ethyl. So this molecule here is going to be 3-ethyl pentane. Yeah. So I hope that helps. My pens keep rolling away. So remember, these are the rules. Number the longest carbon chain, identify the branch, and then include the carbon that the branch is connected to. And then this is the table. Okay, so number of carbons, 1 meth, 2 eth. Right, so I'm gonna just hold these here for a moment. Just give you a few minutes so you can pause, or you can pause the video for you to write this down. I suggest you write this down, as this will help when you come back to revising. And then that's the second one for you to pause the video for. I hope this helps. Bye.